DHS Secretary Kristi Noem announcing nearly 150 illegal migrant truck drivers were arrested in Indiana during Operation Midway Blitz.
223 illegal aliens have been arrested and taken off of our roads. Of those, 146 of them were drivers. That includes 46 semi-truck drivers and another 82 of them that were either box trucks, buses, moving vans, vehicles such as that. The CDLs that were issued to those individuals were issued from over a dozen different states.
This as Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announces a federal crackdown on migrant truck drivers.
We are going to go after the CDL mills that are issuing licenses across the country. We are diving into the companies that hire these drivers that may not have a license, that may not have a lawfully issued license, or do not speak the language.
American Truckers United co-founder Harvey Beach and Shannon Everett join us now. Thanks so much for joining the program, gentlemen.
Happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
So I guess my father's a truck driver. Apparently, this has been an issue for a while. I guess the major question is, how are these folks, individuals, some of them that don't speak English or read English, able to pass these tests?
Yeah, so this has really exploded over the last 5 years, and in what's known as a non-domiciled, the proliferation of a non-domiciled CDL, and also what's known as a B1, B2 border crossing card. And so, you know, there's been an effort across the industry to reduce standards to solve a so-called driver shortage. And in doing so, they relaxed the standards for these driver's licenses to be issued, but only in certain states. You know, one of the things that they found in the sting in Indiana and also the sting in Oklahoma is that all of these drivers are coming from the same regions in the same areas. And so there's a lot of illegal activity going on. And I think that's demonstrated in the fact that not every state's participating in this activity.
So, Harvey, I guess the big question is, have other drivers on the road complained about this? Was there a shortage in truck drivers? I mean, you can make a really great living doing this. I'm sure there's plenty of Americans that want these jobs. Is that the reason why they decide to cut the standards?
There has not been a driver shortage, Lawrence. There is a lack of pay versus the lifestyle that our drivers have to deal with out there. And these guys and ladies, our American truck driver community, they have been complaining about the foreign invasion of their industry and the things that they're having to deal with on a daily basis. I hear it from my drivers in our orientation classes every week.
I want to show this clip, and this is a truck driver that was pulled over in Arkansas. He was unable to speak just basic English. Let's play it.
You understand English? You do? Why did you park here? No, no good. Is there anybody else in the truck? Is there anybody else in the truck?
My company.
Your company, okay. You don't understand English. What company do you work for?
My company, California.
Your company's called California?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't understand me.
I guess that's also the next question. Who are these companies? I mean, I can only imagine the insurance premiums to hire someone that really doesn't qualify to drive these vehicles.
That's the great question, and more importantly, who's loading them? You know, so most of these drivers are working for new carriers. People would be amazed. The Americans would be amazed at how many new trucking companies are created each and every month, and who is it that owns these trucking companies? And so most of these non-citizen truck drivers are not working for your generational American-owned trucking companies that everybody knows that's based in their communities with large terminals and the appropriate infrastructure for running a safe American trucking company. They're all going into these hot spots in Illinois and New York and California, Pennsylvania. You know, you heard the secretary identify, 12 different states. And that's because, they have protection in these sanctuary areas. And so the real question I think America needs to start asking in each one of these wrecks is whose freight was on the truck, and
Right.
why are these shippers not being held responsible for loading people that can't even speak English? And they can't say they don't know, because the guy has to go on the dock, talk to their employees when the truck gets loaded, and get handed a bill of lading. And what we found is that a lot of these shippers now are offering multiple different languages on their check-in screens and with their dock workers. And so it's a huge problem across the industry, and we need accountability for the shippers and brokers.
People die as a result of this. Something has to change real fast. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining the program this morning. We really appreciate it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.